Week 2 walking, 26th of April to the 2nd of May 2024. We go again. Distance walked 54.3 miles. Duration walked 17 hours, 21 minutes and 59 seconds. When I stand on my left foot, my verruca makes it feel like I'm standing on Lego every step. And whilst I've just finished a treatment, I'm really not sure it will be fixed anytime soon. However, on a positive note, it is only every other step as my right foot is okay, and it does stop me thinking about the plantar fasciitis that I've been managing for a while. However, what arrives on day 2 in the post reminds me there are more important things to worry about than a verruca. Because I'm now over 50, every 2 years I get a wonderful opportunity to send my poo off to NHS Scotland to be tested for bowel cancer. This is purely optional, and no one is obliged to return a sample of their dump to be tested. And many won't because they feel it is awkward and a bit shameful. All I can ask is for you to consider whether it is more of a shame to send a sample to the doctor or tell your loved ones that you have cancer too late for it to be treated. I chose the first and share this pictured on LinkedIn to highlight why preventative screening should be a must for all. I start the week in a way that becomes, from a psychological perspective, the familiar and safe approach for me. I walk big miles in the first 3 days, Friday to Sunday, easing the pressure to chase the miles in latter days, Monday to Thursday. The first walk of the week is an adaptation of the 12.1 mile walk I did on week 1, day 1, where instead of turning right towards the ruined croft, I turn left at the most northerly part of my route and do a loop back. This becomes the Dreggy Gorton Loop, one of the 5 staple walks that I do throughout the year, and is a half marathon in distance. That's 13.1 miles. Now that I'm underway, I choose to get going on social media, and with positive intentions, I DM 4 sports stars and 1 TV presenter, all of whom have a public persona of being interested in mental well-being. Replies and promises to meet me later in weeks to walk in Bristol. Awesome news. Social media also brings me a reminder on day 3 of a big reason why I'm doing this year-long challenge, when an ex-colleague, Jace, reminds friends that another ex-colleague, Scotty, committed suicide 8 years ago today. As well as raising awareness of the benefits of walking and being outside, I am raising money for the Samaritans. And I reflect on the fact that not everyone will be able to manage their psychological well-being by themselves, and some may need external support. And here, the Samaritans are, for many, the last line of defence against suicide. A strange reflection arises in me on day 4 during a 5.4 mile walk along the River Spey and local woods, where I note how comfortable I am walking alone. So much, and the more I walk alone, the more I want to walk alone and retreat from the world. Too much of a good thing? I ask myself in my diary. Day 4 also brings the first swallows and house martins, not Amazons, of the season to Grantown, and they will be my walking buddies for most of the next 5 months. Until week 2, day 6, the latest I had started a walk was at midday, and today I embarked on my first evening walk. Once again, I fitted the walk in around family life and got out later than planned because Annalena needed to go to Aviemore during the day for a COVID jab. Sadly, she couldn't get one as the team had booked her on to an adult clinic, so plans changed. At 6:25 p.m, I headed out into the warm, still air. There were a few patches of light drizzle, but mostly it was a wonderful walk where very few people were about, and I had the woods and river to myself. Bliss. Having completed 51 miles already after 6 days, I needed to up the ante on stretching my left hamstring and getting stuck into the arch of my left foot with a lacrosse ball to ease out the plantar fasciitis. Many of you, I'm sure, might use a tennis ball to ease out the arches and pains in the arches of your feet. Yet a lacrosse ball provides a much greater range of pain than you can offer yourself with a tennis ball. Where a tennis ball worked hard under your foot will collapse and split, however hard you try, with a lacrosse ball you will never damage it. And after going at it with a lacrosse ball, I consider whether standing on Lego was actually such a bad thing. End of week reflections. I knew day 7 would be very easy, and it gave me the opportunity to remember and practice what this challenge was all about, making the walking part of my everyday life and commitments. And so I took the opportunity to get a short 2.6 mile walk in before spending most of the day of the in-service day with Anna Lena, Seb and a friend Ailey. The weather was great and was both sunny and warm, at least in terms of Scottish weather anyway. Week 2 complete, and as for tomorrow, I felt I should, not for the last time, rely on the words of David Sterling, commanding officer of 22 SAS as portrayed in SES Rogue Heroes. We go again.